When Christians are blessed, they forget church, they forget God. When they are poor and they are broke, all night to be organized, be obeba. No sugunya meso radibuamio a paima no. Then the refi on to me. It's the same thing, age long, century long truth. When people are full, when they are satisfied, when they are blessed, when they have cars, houses, bank account, money, problem, they forget everybody and even forget God. That's why rich people are always proud. They don't even worship God. I'm saying, I'm here for it's the problem of man forgetfulness. But you must decide to become the type of person who is rich, prosperous, and yet mindful of where you came from. The little thing I do will even provoke you. When they are broke, nothing. They are very okay with church. They are okay with you. The pastor and blah blah. They are believing God that God and my point being more and one. That's why even people struggle to send their tithes. Those here and those who have traveled struggle even to send their tithes and their first fruits. Sadly, says he cannot be a kesiamano. In the monthly salary of £2,000, $2,000. We dear soon. Echo Ghana escape the bro. We dear. Sadly, a basic kesiamano. The tithe of $400, $200, $400, $500. Sadly, a basic kesiamano. And you look at people and you are like seriously. Moses said, "Mudi dinamo miyamamu remfi munyam kupon." But all the time we forget. We forget God. We forget the prayers and the promises we made, the pledges we made. Papa, me pa na me tukwan nyame boa me pa na me tukwan daddy de odamakuma so daddy de me koya no within 3 months me talk am no o ka che no grace nyabotre na yahu bi pen no papa me de mente so mo me de. Moses had to warn the entire nation, the church, the congregation. Don't forget, Israel was the first church in the wilderness, the church in the wilderness. He had to warn the church, when you get blessed, when things are working for you, when you get job, when you get employment, when you get that husband, when you get that wife, when you finally get that children that you are praying and believing God for, he said, don't forget. So basura nante ba ya bompa ya jedia nyame ma ne ka upon program kana ka so mfa ne ka mfa obi na ro glass na asore ma de na obetena me ka mbe me ka mu fi na obetena me ka mu kra nkonkonsa no mba bedi na ro ne glass na pa ona na yere ne ma pa ro moko ni refi se na mre bi na onante ni refi se na mre bi na onante o. When you make it, don't forget. When you are blessed, don't forget. When you build, you buy cars, you marry, you have wives, children, don't forget. Ubisa sophobia said, then I'll bet my canfa sorry my home because in Nipa Ninkai. There are countless stories. Our pastors are omudu more music even to support people and bless people. Nipa Ninkai. And you see, when they forget to, they are emboldened in pride. And so, forgetful people, they are very proud. They are emboldened in pride. Rich people don't regard God and they think it is their own strength that made them rich. So if not, you will say in your heart, when you are full, when you are blessed, when you have multiplied gold, silver, you will say in your heart, it is my own hand that has gotten me this wealth. It is my own power that has gotten me this wealth. It is my own smartness that has gotten me this wealth. It's my own connections that has gotten me this wealth. When people are forgetting pride, you see pride in them. Then thy heart is lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. And thou shalt say in thy heart, my power and my mind and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. Your heart is lifted. And I've seen it over and over again. When people forget, they move in a certain kind of pride. Their heart is lifted. And that is the problem of modern day Europe. Their heart is lifted up in pride. Their heart is lifted up in pride. Unrighteous people forget, and they are full of pride. Those who forget, they do not remember anyone when they become wealthy. When people become wealthy, they easily forget how they got that wealth. They somehow assume that the wealth came to them through their own efforts and not by the grace of God or even the help of any man. Have you realized that not many wealthy people attend church? It is only few rich people that pay tithe. Most of the tithe payers are salaried workers who do not earn very much. The business tycoons think they earn too much to pay tithe. And this is why throughout the scripture, God kept warning us through his servants that we should not forget. In Deuteronomy chapter 8, the verse number 18 to 19, it said, "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth." When you get blessed, never think it is by your power, your ingenuity, your wisdom, your skill. He said, "You shall remember the Lord your God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant which he swore unto thy fathers, as it is this day. And it shall be, if thou do at all forget the Lord thy God, and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day." Don't forget the Lord that giveth thee power to make wealth. Your own skill. You're skillful. Your ingenuity, genius. It is the Lord that giveth us power to make wealth, so that he will establish the covenant he swore to our fathers, to our generation and to our lineage. There are some people you must not forget them in life when you get blessed. One of them is your pastor. He has a percentage in every blessing that comes your way. Not long ago, I was giving it to somebody. An incident came to me. I was lambasting the person. Somebody, not a member of this church anyway. A member of this church cannot fool like that. And the simple reason why my miss can is name me by for. Now I'm saying, I know I will school most can then never use can another amount. Say sometimes nipa yo hunyansa ni ano wabe jimi. Na I'm saying na oko school na no use come out no. Ne by fo sika na no de ma no. No no aduane ma odi ne nye by fo aduane na na odi. Oto atade hyew no nye by fo atade na na oto hyew. Nipa ye ne hunyansa ni bebre a by jimi for. I'm not discounting that it is not real. I say it is real. Play your role. You have a natural responsibility. Whether you're by four or not by four, you have a natural responsibility to care for them if you can. But ye aspect, handle it with your God and your relationship. That's all. That's all. There are people you must not forget in life. Your parents are part. But today, that is not what I'm emphasizing. Your pastor is one of the people you must not forget. For the many, and sometimes they make it even worse, then or your mommy. For the many years and hours of laboring in the word, ministering to you back and back, praying for you, encouraging you, loving you, even when you cannot even love yourself, guiding you, directing you, instructing you. Don't forget. The land of forgetfulness is the land of death. The land of death. In Psalm 88, the verse number 10 to 12, he said, "Wilt thou show wonders to the dead? Shall the dead arise and praise thee? Selah. Shall thy loving kindness be declared in the grave, or thy faithfulness in destruction? Shall thy wonders be known in the dark, and thy righteousness in the land of forgetfulness?" So he started from the world of the dead, and he said it is only in the world of the dead that forgetfulness dwells. And so anytime somebody forgets, the person is only living in the land of the dead. That is what the Bible calls it. Forgetfulness as the land of the dead. That is what makes us forget our humble beginning. Sometimes people, that's why any time I'm preaching, I proudly say where I'm coming from. Anytime baby, I'm free here, I'm proud of. Why? Because I don't want to forget. Some time ago, I went to where I was giving birth to. I was giving birth to in a village anyway. Buildings that when I was giving birth to, I was staying for the initial before I was taken from there. I went to take pictures and I still have it. I went and took pictures of it. I was told this is when you were born. They brought you lived here for some time before they took you to barracks, before they took you finally from barracks to New Doma. where I took you to yesterday. I took pictures of it. I said, wow, this is where my mother lived with me. I took pictures of it and I kept it in my Google Drive. And if you know Google Drive, every year to give you a reminder, update, memory. Every year be a date now. Be a duhonoma at the bar, so that I will never forget my humble beginning. That's why anytime I'm preaching, I'm proud to say where I'm coming from. I'm proud to say my beginning. I'm proud. I'm not the type that wants to hide that part and to make it seem like I came out of nowhere. I came from the sky and I just appeared. No. I'm not ashamed. I'm not part of those preachers who are ashamed of their past and their background. I'm not. Proud, forgetful people always want to forget their past, their humble beginning. Deuteronomy 15:15. And thou shalt remember that thou was a bondman, you were a slave. And then said, you were a bondman in the land of Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee. I command thee this thing today. You shall remember